Air India Flight 171 was a routine journey from Mumbai to Dubai, carrying 213 people on the first night of 1978. The Boeing 747 Emperor Ashoka lifted off into the humid sky, city lights fading below. For the first minute, everything was normal. Experienced crew, cleared for takeoff, smooth climb. But just over a minute in, disaster struck. While making a right turn over the Arabian Sea, the aircraft suddenly banked left and plunged from about 1,000 feet into the water. The impact was catastrophic, obliterating the plane just 3 kilometers off Mumbai's coast. There were no survivors. The crash sent shockwaves through India and the aviation world, marking the new year with tragedy. Recovery efforts began immediately, but the dark sea yielded little hope. Investigators searched for answers in the wreckage and black boxes. The central question: how could a modern jetliner with an experienced crew fall from the sky so quickly after takeoff? The mystery would haunt Indian aviation for decades. In the aftermath, theories abounded. Pilot error was the first suspect. Had the captain become disoriented over the dark sea? Investigators also considered catastrophic mechanical failure. Could a critical system have failed, forcing the dive? Sabotage was not ruled out, given the era's political tensions. The black boxes offered clues. The captain's attitude director indicator, ADI, had malfunctioned, freezing and giving false readings. The cockpit voice recorder captured confusion. "What's happening?" and "We're turning left." Data suggested the captain, misled by his faulty ADI, made incorrect control inputs. The official report blamed pilot error, spatial disorientation due to instrument failure. Many pilots doubted that an entire experienced crew could miss such a fundamental error. Yet for decades, this explanation stood, a tragic case of human fallibility in the face of a failed instrument. The story seemed settled, but doubts lingered. Was there more to the disaster than met the eye? Decades later, new technology allowed a fresh look at Flight 171. In 2023, a team of scientists and aviation experts launched a digital investigation using advanced simulations and atmospheric modeling. They digitized original case files, black box data, weather reports, and wreckage analysis. Powerful computers recreated the sky over Mumbai that night, searching for hidden atmospheric threats. Meteorological modeling, far beyond 1970s capabilities, built a dynamic 3D simulation of the air currents and weather. The team cross-referenced flight data with this model, second by second. Their goal to see if external forces, not just pilot error or mechanical failure, played a role. The original investigation had focused on the cockpit. This team looked outward, into the environment. They sought to uncover if the air itself had turned against the Emperor Ashoka. The digital tools promised to reveal what the old investigation could not. The cold case was about to be reopened by the power of modern science. Would the sky itself hold the missing answer? While atmospheric experts modeled the sky, another team mapped the seabed with cutting-edge sonar. In 2024, an autonomous underwater vehicle scanned the crash site, creating a high-resolution 3D map. Synthetic aperture sonar revealed the debris field in unprecedented detail. The pattern was striking. Heavy components were scattered in a way that suggested a near-vertical, high-energy impact. Some wing parts lay farther from the main wreckage than expected, hinting at immense aerodynamic forces before impact. The sonar evidence suggested the plane was violently thrown into the sea, not simply flown into it. The forces involved seemed too great for pilot error alone to explain. The seabed told a new story, one of sudden, overwhelming external power. The mystery deepened. What could have caused such destruction? The breakthrough came when atmospheric models and sonar data converged on a single culprit: a severe microburst. A microburst is a powerful, localized downdraft that slams into the ground and spreads out, creating deadly wind shear. The simulation showed Flight 171 flew directly into the heart of one. First, a strong headwind boosted lift, then a violent downdraft forced the plane down, followed by a sudden tailwind that robbed the wings of lift. The aircraft stalled, not from slow speed, but from the air itself moving away. The flight data matched the classic signature of a microburst encounter. The failed ADI was a tragic complication, but not the root cause. The pilots were battling both a malfunctioning instrument and a force of nature they couldn't see or understand. Their confusion was the sound of professionals facing the unknown. The true enemy was invisible, and in 1978, undetectable. Microbursts are born from thunderstorms or rain showers, when precipitation falls through dry air and cools rapidly. This creates a dense, heavy pocket of air that plunges downward, hitting the ground and spreading out as a violent burst of wind. Wind speeds can exceed 100 miles per hour, creating extreme wind shear over a small area. For an aircraft, the sequence is deadly. A headwind increases lift, then a downdraft slams the plane down, followed by a tailwind that destroys lift. Pilots may reduce power at first, then suddenly lose altitude and airspeed. The entire event can unfold in less than a minute. Instruments show a terrifying loss of speed and altitude. Controls become unresponsive. At low altitude, recovery is nearly impossible. In 1978, microbursts were poorly understood and undetectable. The science is clear: even the most powerful jet can be overwhelmed during takeoff or landing. Flight 171 was caught in a perfect storm of physics and fate. With the microburst identified, investigators could reconstruct Flight 171's last moments. The 747 climbed into the night, entering the microburst's leading edge. A headwind caused a slight pitch-up. Then, the captain's ADI failed, freezing in a right bank indication. The crew, confused by conflicting instruments and sudden performance changes, entered the downdraft. The plane lost altitude rapidly, while the captain's faulty ADI misled him about the bank angle. The co-pilot tried to correct, but the captain's inputs, based on false data, counteracted him. The aircraft stalled, rolled left, and entered a steep, unrecoverable dive. The final seconds were chaos, alarms, confusion, and a desperate struggle against overwhelming forces. The fate of Flight 171 was sealed by a deadly combination of weather and instrument failure. The true cause of Flight 171's crash reshaped aviation safety. The initial blame on pilot error shifted to a recognition of an invisible, deadly hazard. This led to the development of predictive wind shear detection systems and advanced Doppler radar on modern aircraft. Automated warnings now alert pilots to wind shear, giving them precious seconds to react. Airports installed ground-based radar to monitor for microbursts, allowing controllers to halt takeoffs and landings when danger looms. Pilot training was overhauled, with simulators now including realistic microburst scenarios. The lesson in severe wind shear: climb away from the ground, no hesitation. These changes have made microburst-related accidents exceedingly rare. The legacy of Flight 171 is a safer sky for all. The revised story of Air India Flight 171 is more than a historical correction. It honors the crew and passengers, showing they faced an insurmountable force, not a simple error. The case proves that aviation safety is a journey, not a destination. Technology and understanding must always evolve. Reopening the case after nearly 5 decades shows a commitment to learning every lesson, no matter how long it takes. Today's safety systems, radar, detectors, training, are built on the hard lessons of tragedies like this. The memory of Flight 171 is embedded in every safe landing. It reminds us that the sky, for all our progress, still demands respect and vigilance. The 213 souls lost did not vanish in vain. Their story is a silent guardian for millions of travelers. The legacy of Flight 171 endures, making the skies safer for generations to come.